You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
We're back. Our guest is Sheriff Ed McMahon. He is sitting down with us one-on-one for his first extended, unedited interview. We left you with a little cliffhanger.
Sure did.
What about consolidation of the two departments, the WPD and the New Hanover County Sheriff's Department? You have any interest in that, or does it seem like it would be something that would be a positive step for the community?
At this point, I would say no. That would be so entailed, so many different things you're talking about. The government's almost combining, and I think that what Ralph and I need to be committed to is working together, sharing information, and let's get the bad guys and let's protect our community. But that's I think a long way ahead.
What are the problems? You acknowledge there's problems. Is it past history? Is that what the problems are between the two departments, WPD and Sheriff's Department?
Well, and probably there has
territorial?
been so it's lots of times it's territorial, and sometimes it's personalities at an upper echelon.
Competition?
Yeah, sure, it could be competition, and I think old school, old days, it's my information, you can't have it. But we cannot survive like that, and the community, it's not fair to the community. And Ralph is committed like I am. We've got to share, not only with us, but with everyone.
Let's talk about the jail.
Okay.
When Sheriff Causey appeared on the show just before he retired, he said that before the new jail was built, the manpower evaluation to run it was grossly underestimated.
Yes.
And it couldn't run efficiently without more deputies.
Right.
What's your assessment?
The jail is just a whole community, a city within itself. And we'll have anywhere from, average of around 500, give or take, inmates.
What's the capacity?
In there. Capacity is, if you're up at 600, then we're full. But it's deceiving because some of those beds might be for females, and so you have 64 female beds and you only have 30. So you can't use those 30 for males. So sometimes it's deceiving.
Are you running at capacity?
No.
No.
Right now
so
we're not.
You're not full.
No, we're in the high fours.
Okay. Is it running well?
Yeah, I believe so.
So you don't need more deputies?
Well, you could always use more, and you'll have one deputy that's in what we call a pod, and there could be 64 inmates in there. And so we let a half out at a time, so you've got one deputy with 30-some inmates, and it's just them. So I'd love to see 2 in each one, but I know with the right now the way finances are, that's not even possible.
There was also a great deal of discussion when that new jail was built about the difficulties in transporting prisoners to the courts because the old jail, of course, was right across the street. There was a tunnel underneath. Now it's an issue of transportation. Is that an issue?
Well, I was actually
a manpower issue.
Well, it's definitely a manpower issue, and I was actually the captain over support services, which is the court, during that transition. So I was involved in how we're going to get the inmates here and developing the whole awning system, if you will, and everything comes down and the vans pull up, and if you've ever been out there, you'll see deputies out there with shotguns. And so is it a concern? Certainly.
Is it working well?
But in my opinion, it is working the best that it can work right now. And I don't have any problems with it. You're moving inmates, so there's always an element there, and you're always worried about safety. And sometimes we have high-profile cases, and we'll do differently. And but overall,
so you think the jail's work is working efficiently?
I do, but there's always room for improvement. But I do think that right now that we have a state-of-the-art jail, and that we are working efficiently. And another huge thing with that was meeting with the judges, the DA's office, everybody involved in figuring out how can we move the inmates, because we are
how can we move the inmates?
We're a holding facility, basically, until the people are they guilty, are they not guilty,
so
and then once they get sentenced,
They go
they
elsewhere.
move on.
Right.
Now we'll hold some. So I think, again, there's always going to be more efficient and move things quicker. But you know, the community, we're all working towards.
What do you think are the biggest challenges for law enforcement in general today, and for you,
Okay.
as sheriff?
Some of the biggest things that right now that I'm really focusing on is, like I said, getting out to the community and letting them know, look, hey, we are humans. Let's get the perceptions out there. We're not these guys that are looking to just give you tickets and do all these bad things to you. We're out there for you, to protect you, but we're going to make mistakes. And when we make a mistake, having the trust of the community to say, hey, look, it's a mistake. We're sorry. Let's figure it out together, and let's move on. And so a big thing with me is I want to get out there and I want to let everybody know about us. And I'm having the Citizens Academy and all the media things that we've got going on, the website, all that stuff. I want to open our doors and say, come learn about us.
We're almost out of time.
Okay.
How did you feel about the recent stories, a series of stories in the Star News that published the salaries of public officials? How did you feel about that?
I was like, ooh, that was a wide eye-opener for me. But as the sheriff, as the elected official, I'm an open book, and I don't mind people knowing my salary. It's always a little nerve-wracking, but I kind of felt bad for all the regular deputies that everybody knew their salary. But as for me,
they do work for the public. And
yes, they do.
They should be public
Yeah.
record. Do you agree
Oh
with
yeah,
that?
I agree with that, and that's another thing. Let's be open, and let's let people know. So I'm fine with that, and especially with me because I'm elected. So I'm an open book to the public, and I invite people to come and see me and talk to me. But it's just part of the nature of working for the government, I guess.
We're out of time.
Okay.
Thank you, Sheriff McQueen.
Thank you so much.
Did I say Sheriff McQueen?
You did.
I don't know why his name stuck in my mind. Sheriff McMahon, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you'd like to access Byline online, go to WILM-TV.com and click on Byline Wilmington. I'm Don Ansel. We'll see you next week.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM.